Welcome back to part 2 of the Timor Leste experience, and today we got the lovely Wiz Khalifa. She's gonna join us and help me to narrate this expedition. So today we're gonna be heading from Atauro Hostel over to Atauro Island and back, and then off to explore more of Timor Leste. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the vlog. Heading to Hotel Datera.
Welcome to Datera!
We met a Japanese guy at Datera, and he loved coffee, and he told us about this little coffee shop that was a 10-minute walk away. So yeah, it was quite a walk, but I'm glad we went.
Yeah.
And the coffee, like, it was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't instant coffee, which was nice to have a real coffee.
Yeah. So we had to catch the ferry from mainland Timor over to Atauro.
There's different ways that you can get to Atauro Island. There's ferries,
yeah,
and there's also private water taxi speedboats.
Yeah.
So depending on how you want to get there, how much you want to pay, and how fast you want to get there, that will determine your option. So we looked into doing the speedboat, but because it was very windy, no speedboats would take us over. We decided to take the ferry, which only run on certain days of the week. So you have to be mindful of the schedule.
Down below in the description, I've placed a link that directly takes you to the tourism website for Atauro Island, and it gives you all the ways how to get there. We left Datera pretty early in the morning, and
you can buy your ticket ahead of time, or you can go that morning.
The Laju ferry was only, I think, $5, and that takes you one way. That's just one way. Get this. This said that we should meet up at gate number 1, but when we checked, none of the gates had a number on them. So it was.
So maybe it's just the first gate.
It was really just a case of follow the people, follow the crowd.
Yeah, and there's lots of people.
Yeah.
You wait for the horn to blow. Then run as fast as you can to the front of the line.
And be as big as you can.
And be as big as you can, because they open 2 little gates on either side to let you through. It doesn't matter which side. Then come up, find a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy your ferry ride with Laju ferries.
The journey from Dili to Atauro, the Beloy ferry, jetty, sorry, was supposed to be only 3 hours, and it was, except there was a little bit of a hiccup in the plan. Right. So it was a pretty quick ride over on the ferry. However, now we're still trying to get the boat parked. Having a little bit of difficulty fitting it into the actual slot, so we've been spinning circles for the last maybe 45 minutes.
And we were probably about 200-300 meters from the shore.
We were stuck in that same position for like 2 hours, just spinning circle after circle.
But the reason why we're spinning is because the captain needs to line up. The jetty is like, I don't know,
probably could get maybe 12-15 feet in terms of width.
So he has to swing the ship around so that it lines up, and then I'm assuming somehow it can dock or stop or something. But he kept missing the jetty.
The atmosphere is electric. It's pretty noisy here, but everybody on the ship is frustrated. It's like maybe attempt number 8 or 9.
Locals were saying that normally it takes an hour to dock, so they were kind of expecting it. And I thought it was really funny because as the time went on, more people started to end up on the jetty. So it started at like 1 or 2 men, like, guiding the boat in, and then it would be like 6 police officers.
Before you know it, we had the entire, well, what seemed like the entire island on the shoreline, just trying to guide this ferry in, and that was attempt number 10. It was just pure laughs. Like, you can do nothing else but, I guess, laugh at it, right?
I just thought my view isn't going to change very much, whether I'm on this boat or I'm still going to be looking at the water.
This is sport. So after quite a few attempts, the captain finally managed to get the ferry docked, and it's time to enjoy it. Just gotta pick our luggage up from down below. Okay, cool, so we just arrived at Barry's place, and it's about, once you get off from the jetty, it's about 200 meters walk down the streets, and it's located directly opposite, there's like a football field. That's the football field behind me over here, and directly opposite is Barry's place. So we're gonna go get settled. There's lunch. This place looks amazing. The water is blue. I've had it with boats, and just time just to relax now. From Atauro. This is our final day here. It's such a beautiful island. Well, just a little bit that we've seen. We've only been able to stick in our area, which is right here at Barry's place. And it's just because the weather's been really windy. The water's been choppy.
So we couldn't do any of the snorkeling, which is like one of the major things to do there. You guys from
the
US
States,
that tried to go out.
Some peeps that were staying at our place from the States. And they went out on a boat.
Lucky for them, when they got out to the reef that they wanted to snorkel on, it's on the back side of the island. They bumped into this tour operator, and the guy told them, "You might not want to snorkel here because you could get sucked out and you will
die." Because apparently the current would pull them out. It was that strong. But super bummed about that because it is the most biodiverse place, I guess, in Southeast Asia to dive or to snorkel. So a lot of people have just raved about this island, but unfortunately for us,
we got to explore the 400 meters of beach to the north of Barry's place, and that was it.
How you doing?
Saying as many things as we can with this. It's a tiny coconut steering wheel. It's also a hat.
But we could have done more. There's a doll factory there that makes some really cool dolls that we didn't go to.
Some hiking.
There's some restaurants, there's some hiking, and due to the weather, we
just refused.
But Barry's place was really cool. The food was really good. It was nice. All of us just kind of relaxed and read our books, and we were only there for 2 nights.
2 nights, yeah.
So
I don't know if this is normal or not. The tide is out, and it seems like everybody's come down just to check it out. So maybe it isn't something that's normal. Maybe it is. Who knows? But final day here in Atauro. We are headed right now along a dusty dirt road. We're gonna pick up the tickets. Hopefully the ferry goes over today. Here's where the ferry comes in. Then in the back over here, that's where you get your tickets.
Right here?
Yeah. Canada.
Canada.
And Barbados.
Oh, Barbados.
Caribbean.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good coconut. Nice and fresh. And the cost of it here compared to over in Dili, 50 cents over here. In Dili is $1.25 or $1.50, something like that. But good nonetheless.
how's it taste?
Sweet.
Get in there.
I think it was a Saturday that we left to go back to Dili, and ferry day is hectic. Like, you see everybody coming down to the shoreline, to the jetty, just to either sell the goods or to transport goods to and from Dili. And it was actually special for us because it was Christmas time, so you get to see families like transporting all the different goats and pieces of board and bicycle. I remember seeing somebody get like a bicycle probably as a gift for
But
Christmas.
stuff never ending.
Yeah.
Never ending going on to the...
It's a constant flow of human and...
We took a different boat back. The German, what was it called?
The German boat was the Berlin Nakrama.
Berlin Nakrama. Yeah, I think it was even rougher on the way back. And like, I'm not a nervous boat person normally, but it was just, I think, the boat was just going smash.
I think conditions were worse.
This was the barf boat.
Literally.
But I think 95% of people, like, we looked behind us, and as Amy describes it, like, it was almost comical the amount of barf that was on the ground. Everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
Like mothers running with the kids in the arms to get to the toilet just to let the kid like relieve themselves. Like,
And sometimes they made it, and sometimes
they didn't. the waves was big, boo, and you had a lot of wind. So because you had wind, you get waves, and
Yeah. Normally, you're supposed to see dolphins and whales, like almost guaranteed when you cross the water there.
Watara Strait.
It's supposed to be like
Calm.
glass crossing. We just saw waves. Anyways, I've never been so happy to see
just to see land.
land.
And we're back on land in Dili. That was the most awful boat ride ever. Extremely rough waters.
We were heading to Dili Central Backpackers, which was the next spot for us to stay for a night. But we needed to get a taxi, and this was like maybe a kilometer away. And it was at this point where a taxi driver tried to rip me off. So standard taxi fee I think you can expect is about $5 to 10 US, right? This guy tried to charge us 30 US. It was way too much. And he said it with a smile. I was like, come on, buddy. No, we tourists, but we are not stupid.
It happens everywhere. Everywhere you go, right? They always find people, oh, let me see what I can squeeze out.
Of course.
Hey, it's
right?
all part of the fun, right? So
we went past him. I found another guy who took us to the spot.
$5.
The other guy we paid 5 US.
So we stayed at Dili Central Backpackers, which wasn't our original plan when we came back from Atauro Island. I took care of the bookings, and I usually use booking.com to read reviews, and this hotel that I booked had fairly good reviews, and we were just staying one night because the next morning we were going off on a 3-day tour. So our tour company sent us an email and said, where should we pick you up for the tour? And our friend Amy told them the name of the hotel, and they wrote back and they were like, just wondering why you guys decided to choose that location. And we thought it was kind of a strange question because why ask?
Yeah, exactly. Why would that be a thing?
So we were like, oh, we just saw it on booking.com. We thought we would book it. It seemed like it was in an okay area. So we were like, oh, why do you ask? And the response we got back was that
It was a brothel that fronted as a hotel.
so we canceled. And we ended up staying at Dili Central Backpackers.
We're just about to get checked in. Struggling with these bags coming up the steps.
How are you guys?
Yeah, all right. We're doing this. We're happy to be here.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So Dili is only so big, right? Like within a day or two, you could cover everything.
Yeah.
If you really want to see and explore and experience like real Timor Leste, like this is my experience. I don't know about Kay, but I think she shares the same views as me. You gotta get outside of Dili, and that was what we did. We chose the 3-day tour.
Our tour was probably the thing that will make me go back to Timor Leste.
The tour was the highlight of this entire trip. It
And
took
looking
us
back, I wish we had have done the 8-day or
8-day
longer.
tour. Yeah.